Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we are doing some maintenance to the John Deere D125. I did just hit 150 hours, so it says service on there. So I'm going to be replacing the spark plugs, the oil, the fuel filter, and the oil filter. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all the parts, and I'll put a link to everything you see, like everything I bought for the mower down below. So I bought these two Champion spark plugs. These are these come pre-gapped, so I shouldn't have to gap them or anything. Set them here. And we also have a ratchet with a extended 360, or whatever they call that, the swivel one, so you can get into tighter spaces. It's also a magnetic. It's a 5/8 magnetic socket. On this side for the fuel filter, I just have some vice grips holding on to the fuel line, so I don't have to worry about all that craziness whenever I take the fuel off. I don't want all the fuel coming out. And I got an oil filter and the fuel filter, obviously. I have a Briggs & Stratton. I already opened it. It's a part number 696854. It's a 109 hour oil filter. So this should last pretty much forever. And we got a fuel filter right here. So we're gonna first just go ahead and do the oil. Do recommend doing this so the oil comes out a lot easier. You pretty much just, if yours isn't built up like crazy, you twist it like right there and then pull out. You see it's draining out. This really needed to be replaced bad. I set that there. Looks like I'm gonna need to turn it towards that way a little more. Then you just let that drain out pretty much. I'll put my tripod up so I can go get a towel so I can wipe my hands off. Let's take this off, the plug wire, and attach this to the spark plug. Now, it is always nice to have a 5/8 magnetic. It's way easier. I don't know if that got it all the way. No, but you can do it like this for the rest of the way, pretty much. Okay, it's gonna take too long. Is that out? No. Alright, here's the old plug. It is a Champion plug, so I already got the same kind to replace it. So we're gonna get the new plug and put the new Champion plug in. This is I don't know, I'll put it in the description down below. I'll tell you, it's a RC12YC. So that's how you know what plug to get. That's what this one is. So you basically just put it on the socket and put it back in. Most people who probably have these know how to do this. If you don't know how to do the spark plugs and stuff, you probably shouldn't do it yourself. But it's pretty simple. You just have to have a 5/8 magnetic socket, which I just got this because the other one I had wasn't. You do want to make sure it's not tight yet, but when you get it tight, you want to make sure it's snug, but you don't want to over tighten the spark plug because you can strip it out. And that will not be cheap, because nothing on these John Deeres is cheap. Sometimes having this socket is kind of annoying, but it's almost tight, so just go a little bit tighter and boom, it's good. So then you just put the plug wire back on it, and then you do the other side with So you have this little clip right here. You just gotta do that and then move it back. Same thing on the other side. I'd show y'all, but I feel like half of y'all probably know how to do it. And the way the filter works is I'm pretty sure it needs to go in this way. So it filters. I mean, it's pretty obvious to me, but I don't know how everyone is. Alright, make sure I know what way this goes on. So once this actually decides to, come off, it'll be easy. All fuel just came out, but that's fine. Alright, we got the top. And I'm actually gonna get this fuel off my hands really quick because fuel is not good for your hands. And I don't really want that on my hands, preferably. Let me go ahead and tighten this clip down. It's being annoying. Alright, let's tighten down on that end. So now we gotta get this end, which is, where the fuel is actually coming out. Alright, let's see if this one comes off easier. My trick is just twist it. That way it's a lot easier. There we go. Got it out. Now let's put the new one in. And clamp it down. Now do all of this while your oil's draining out, so your oil has plenty of time to drain. That's mainly what I'm doing. So right now you want to run it back into this little thing right here. And now we're gonna unplug that and actually let fuel go into it. So we're gonna move the oil pan over here, and I'm gonna plug up the oil drain, which it still has a little bit coming out. And it got all over all that, so we'll clean that up. I guess we'll put that little oil drain back on, and now we'll get to go to the oil filter, which I'll set the camera up so my life's a lot easier, so I can move that without, making it spill everywhere or something. Alright, let's put it there, and that oil's gonna get all over the frame, I already know, but heck, let's just do this anyways. So let's go ahead and take this bad boy off, and it will know all over the frame as expected. This filter was actually nasty. Then you get the old oil and you put on the new filter, which for some reason I didn't think about grabbing that. You rub it around the new gasket, and you do want to make sure that you clean up all this mess before you run your engine. But that's all good. We're actually going to clean all that off first. Alright. This machine should have had this filter replaced a while ago. I must say that, but I didn't own it up until last month, so I haven't done much to it. All right, now get your new oil filter and get your oil, and that's what I personally do, is I fill up the filter a little bit. That's what I'd personally do. I think I already said that, but just fill it up a tiny bit. Don't fill it up a lot. It's just good to have some oil in it. Then you spin it around a little bit, just try to get all that soaked in. Then you screw it on. Clean up that, and there's actually some caught on this pulley too, which kind of sucks, because I know the moment I turn this thing on, it's just gonna sling that everywhere. Then you simply fill it back up with oil. I'm not gonna ruin my engine. Make sure you have a clean one too. This is actually gonna take forever because of how small that is. This is gonna take like a decade, but let's go ahead and fill it up with some, I almost said fuel, with some oil. Let's see if I can get my GoPro to balance here, or if it's just gonna be a pain. Now guys, every time I do a service to something, I am not gonna record it because it makes my life a lot easier when I don't record doing stuff like this. That's why when I have my tracks and stuff, I don't always record. And you just fill it up, and it's gonna take a second. Alright, then once you fill it up to the appropriate amount, you can pull this out and slide it somewhere else and move all your tools off of it, and you can fire it up, make sure everything works good. Then your mower should be good for 100 hours if you get full synthetic oil and a full synthetic filter like what I showed you. It shows every 50 hours you should do it. But if you get a synthetic, if you put synthetic oil and synthetic filter, you should be good for about 100 hours. So yeah guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.